area where we were at. We're still close to the command center right now, but you can see the flames. I'm gonna try to zoom as much as I can with this phone, and that's about the farthest zoom I got. Let's see here. There we go. I know we were doing an interview with CAL FIRE just a little while ago. I'm gonna let you guys get tuned in, and we lost internet with the PIO. So once everybody gets logged in, I'm gonna go ahead and pull that video up. I did a recording with them so we can give you guys a little bit of update. They are getting ready to put out evacuation warnings for the Val Vista area. So we'll give that update in just in a little bit. We are actually over here by Diamond Valley Lake. They got the CAL FIRE Command Center over there. That's where we were at. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the video for you guys. Let me see if I can turn this microphone. Can you give us an update on what's happening over here?
So at this time, we did put a hard road closure in for Highway 74. That's from Mountain Center down. That's from Mountain Center down to Cranston Fire Station. If you take that route to go home to Ottawa, or you go to work from Ottawa, you're going to have to use alternate routes using the highways that go through Anza or goes through Banning or the back way down to the desert. So unfortunately, that road's going to be closed probably for a few days. So plan ahead. You may have to leave a little earlier, but Highway 74 is going to be a hard road closure. That fire has hit Highway 74 already.
So that's what about is Val Vista area? Are they in danger? Some Central areas?
Yeah, we're getting ready to push out some evacuation orders for the Val Vista area and some warnings. So people need to be ready for those alerts. Or you can find that information on rvcfire.org or at CAL FIRE ROU on Facebook and Twitter. They will have all those evacuation orders and warnings, especially for the new ones that are going to be coming out here probably in the next 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
Will they have enough time to get out? Okay, like we have a family, elderly people that are out in the trailer parks out there. And their family lives way out here. Will they have? They're on oxygen and stuff. Right. Enough time to get out.
Right. So those areas that we feel that we're going to turn into an order, those individuals need to leave immediately. If you have some type of where you can't mobilize very quickly, call 911. They will help you evacuate the area. Call some friends or neighbors and have them help you out. The people that are going to go into a warning, this is the time to get prepared. That's the time to call your family members if you need help to get out. That's the time to pack your medication, get your pets ready to leave those areas. It's critical that people adhere to the evacuation orders. We do not want to see any more life lost on this incident.
Right. So when the warning comes out, get ready and don't wait for the mandatory. Is basically what we're saying.
Right.
Do we still have the road closure from evacuations from Stetson, not Stetson, Fairview going westbound, or is it past Fairview now? Is it pushed more farther east?
Those are still going to be in effect. Those road closures. Stetson is Fairview is probably going to become a hard road closure from the areas of Fairview and Stetson. But that's probably going to be a hard road closure.
Okay, and what about we do have a lot of people that's asking information about if they're being evacuated. They got family members that have COVID. Is there any place for the COVID people to go?
So that's actually a really good question. We do have an evacuation center set up. That evacuation center setup is at Topwitz High School. I would still evacuate go to that high school, make contact with the Red Cross there before you enter the building. They may detour you somewhere else. They may get you a hotel room right away, so you're quarantined from everyone else. So don't let that be an issue of not evacuating.
Exactly.
Go ahead and evacuate. Contact the Red Cross at the Tockwitz High School in Hemet. And again, do not go in the facility. Make contact with them on the phone or have someone go in for you and make those arrangements.
Okay. And about how many acres are we looking at now? That's on
We're approximately right around 10,000 acres.
Okay.
We just had our night flying aircraft in the air mapping the area, so we'll have a better updated acres here pretty soon, but we're kind of sticking right around 10,000.
Okay. And it's still at 5% containment,
5%
right?
containment.
Will
Okay.
you be doing an update in the morning too, like you had with us?
Yeah.
So you guys can follow them on the CAL FIRE's Facebook page.
Correct. Our normal procedures is that we will give information out 7 in the morning and 7 in the evening. If something major happens, we will push out additional information during the day, especially when we see a high number of growth of acres. We'll definitely push that out to make everyone aware of it.
And now I know we did get word that there is a lady up in the Sage area that has over 50 dogs, some farm animals, and people are wanting to try to get up there to help. Is there anybody allowed to go in and help with evacuations?
Well, the good thing about Riverside County is that they have those elements already put together. All you have to do is make that phone call. The Emergency Management Department works closely with Animal Control. They already have volunteers that are trained and already ready to go with their trailers. You just let them know what you need to be evacuated, and they'll get the address and they'll move those animals for you.
Okay. All right. Is there any other questions that we need to ask?
Yeah, if people are being evacuated and they have RVs, do you have room here or
We did have some room here earlier, but as you can see, this camp is turning into what we call a base camp, and it's pretty much the firefighters' home. We will set up sleeping areas for the firefighters. Obviously, we have a kitchen, and we pretty much have everything to be self-sufficient. And that's another thing. We appreciate the donations, we appreciate the water and all that, but actually we do not need it. If you're going to want to do something, a nice sign out front of your house or along the street thanking the firefighters,
there you go.
That's the best way to do it. We just can't take those items here. So please don't go out and purchase some of that stuff. Please, a sign or a thank you on social media, that's all we want.
I'm glad you covered that, because a lot of people has been wanting to donate food, donate water and everything, but you know, you guys has got the grants that are covering that, so you guys are well took care of.
Yeah.
Also, since you brought that up, the Tockwitz High School, they are also asking us, you know, same thing. They've got so much, they have plenty. So basically, you know, help feed the people that's out there, you know.
And we do appreciate it, and a lot of rules have changed since COVID. We can't accept a lot of those items anymore.
Right.
So please, a sign or something. But we are, as you can see, well taken care of here. We have supplies, we have food, so the firefighters are taken care of.
All right. Well, I definitely appreciate your information. And folks, if we did not answer your question, we will be communicating with CAL FIRE throughout the night. And we'll try to keep your questions answered as much as we can. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was CAL FIRE interview with the PIO. We've got a lot more questions that I just came across during this. This was a pre-recorded video, so we did lose internet while we were trying to do our interview with CAL FIRE because we were in a bad area. So I'm with Eddie Neary right now, and he's with Beaumont News Source. You can follow him on Facebook, and we're going to try to answer as much questions that he knows of right now. A lot of people are asking about San Jacinto. Right now, San Jacinto is not an evacuation area, just Val Vista. People are asking, well, where is Val Vista? Val Vista actually starts from the Fairview area, goes east in that area. Go ahead.
So the road closure over in the Val Vista area actually starts a little bit below the Cranston United States Forest Service station. So just west of that station is actually where CHP has a road closure set up. So from that point on Highway 74, you won't be able to head on up to Idlewild at this time. It's a hard closure, so only emergency personnel will be able to get through that closure. That also kind of ties into those new evacuation orders that have been put in place by your CAL FIRE and also your emergency management department here in Riverside County. Like I said, you know, that all ties together. They're basically just letting you out and not letting you back in. So once you leave that area, you know, I just want to kind of let you guys know, don't try to go back, because you're just going to block the roads for our fire departments trying to get back into these areas to save those houses, save those animals. So Highway 74 below the Cranston fire station is where that's blocked off by CHP at the moment.
Okay, and Raul on YouTube, let me see, where did you say you're at? University or not? The in the backway zone, okay. Eddie, can you tell people where the evacuation zones are once again?
Yeah, so, you know, and also if you kind of want to see this visually on a map, you know, every time we go live here with one of the PIOs, they mention tinyurl. That's tinyurl.com/Fairview Fire. Now, once you type that into one of your internet browsers, like your Safari on your iPhones or Internet Explorer, Chrome, whatever it be, however you check the internet, what it's going to do is it's automatically going to populate a map of the evacuation orders, and as well as the excuse me, I forgot the word here, the orders, and where they're thinking about, you know, putting up those orders to the fire. So I'll actually pull it up here and kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea of what it is. But, you know, in those areas, that's where you can tell exactly where they're evacuating right now at the moment.
Yes, and San Jacinto, or not San Jacinto, Val Vista is getting ready to start receiving evacuation notices. Right now they're going to be evacuation warnings, but they do ask everybody, if you get those warnings, go ahead and make caution, get your stuff together, get all your important stuff, your animals, get everything loaded up, get ready to leave. They even advise you, if you have anybody with medical conditions and you're worried about getting them out, when you get that warning, go ahead and leave, and go ahead and activate your evacuation as soon as possible.
So if you look right here on my phone, you'll be able to see all this area is orders, and this is a warning.
The yellow is the warning areas. So can you tell us where the yellow is at right now, Eddie?
Yeah, so right now it's in the area east of Sage Road, and that's going to be south of, let's see, we can zoom in on this right here. Of Minto Way. So south of Minto Way and Sage Road area, you're actually under an evacuation warning. And something a little bit new that I'm seeing here right now, we're actually getting a warning for north of Highway 74 in part of the Val Vista area. Bob's RV mobile gas station on that side. You're technically now under an evacuation warning. So that's now Highway 74, north of Highway 74 and east of Fairview Avenue. So that's one of the new updates that they've just kind of crossed right now. And then, like I was talking about, if you look at this this blue dot here, that's actually where CHP has the road closure, and you can see right here is the Cranston station. So that's where that.
People find this map at, Eddie?
That's that tiny URL /Fairview map. Or if you go into your Google Maps, if you have an Android, I'm not too familiar with the iPhone setup, but I know for Android, if you go into Google Maps, you can actually find out that information there just by clicking the Fairview Fire tab.
And we are at right now approximately around 10,000 acres, CAL FIRE was just telling us. You guys can also follow the CAL FIRE app or the CAL FIRE on Facebook as well. They'll be putting out all their updates on that too. I see some lights way up there.
Yeah, so that's actually one of those nighttime flying helicopters that's being utilized. I know that they have Coulson Aviation up here right now at the moment that just flew in from the Banning Airport, where they have the helitanker base. And then also we have our helicopter 301, which is at a Hemet Ryan Air Base flying night operations right now.
So do we know how many helicopters we have out here right now?
At the time we have 3.
Okay. And Veronica says it is raining ash over by Valley High School. It's raining ash everywhere right now. We're getting ash over here on West Hemet as well too.
So it looks like we actually have a 4th helicopter coming into the area right now. I know that 3 of those are doing water drops, and one of them may be the air tac for them, the air boss.
Yep, that's what it looks like. It's a Sikorsky. We got helicopters flying overhead of us right now. That is Eddie Neary with Ian Media,
EN3
News. He's been following all the updates and everything on the CAL FIRE, so he's able to share a lot more information with you guys. But like I say, those that are just now tuning in, Val Vista is getting ready, so go ahead and be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. CAL FIRE is getting ready to put out evacuation warnings for the Val Vista area. I live by San Jacinto, Florida, and I'm in the warning or evacuation. I have kids and animals. San Jacinto, Florida, they're outside of that. You're outside of the evacuation warning, so you're good so far.
I just want to, it's going to be east of Fairview Avenue. So east of Fairview Avenue, all the way up towards, if you're going towards Ottawa, if you're standing on the left side of Fairview Avenue, that's that direction. If you're standing on the right of Fairview Avenue looking at the fire, you're good.
As of right now.
As of right now. And, just keep track of those maps. Utilize the resources that we have. Also, we have the, like a reverse 911 thing you can set up on your phone. That's through rivcoready.org. So Rivco, R-I-V-C-O, ready, R-E-A-D-Y.org. If you go into rivcoready.org, there's a tab up at the top that you can select. You're going to register your phone number, your address, and if there's a warning or an evacuation that's set in place in that area, you'll actually get a message directly to your phone, your cell phone, your email, however you set it up through that to notify you of those changes.
What about McSweeney Farm area?
McSweeney Farm. I'd have to look that up here.
While he's looking that up, Ray up there in Ottawa, Pine Cove area, we're doing fine. We're in a good area, so we're safe. If it gets close, you're gonna see this hillbilly running, folks. Watch Duty is also another good app to watch all this with as well, folks.
Now, with some of these apps that you're talking about, like Watch Duty, it's all set up to basically repeat what Riverside County Fire and the Emergency Management Department is kind of putting in place.
Right.
So, once they release that information has to come from a certain place to go on to these Watchdog or whatever it's called. So, it's kind of a third-party notification. So.
And tell people where Val Vista is again. People are asking.
So the evacuation warning at this time, it's a warning according to the map that they have here, is going to be east of Fairview Avenue, north and south of Highway 74. So if you're east of Fairview Avenue, you're either under a mandatory evacuation or a warning. Depends on what color you are in.
And right now we're over here off at the Montagoni. We're by Diamond Valley Lake right now. And has the fire hit Sage? I know they were evacuating Sage.
They are evacuating Sage right now. They have a couple different strike teams that are headed up to that area. They've actually been going past us for the past like 30 minutes, heading up into that area. I've seen departments from anywhere from Kern County, LA County, Santa Barbara. You know, they're basically all on these strike teams coming out here to assist CAL FIRE.
And Nikki, to answer your question on YouTube, where is people evacuating to? We do have a shelter over at Tockwitz High School here in Hemet off, what was that street? I can't remember. You can just Google Tockwitz High School and you can find that. That's where the evacuation center is right now for people. What about Mountain Center?
Mountain Center's under one of those warnings right now, so they're not quite under an order, they're under a warning. Yes, Jesse Trujillo. It is coming over the hill right now, more down on the southern side of Damagoni, but it is coming down this way. You know, just want to reiterate for you guys to use your resources that are available. Rivco ready. The tiny URL, your Google Maps, whatever you can, you know, keep tuned here. If we can get the news to you, we will. We'll either repost it, post it ourselves.
Let me see if I can get this. Trying to zoom in for you guys and show you up there. To do it holding this way. I'm going to try to set this other camera up and try to do a Wi-Fi feed on
it. Yeah, so according to this right here, Mountain Center is going to be that dot. That's going to be our yellow, which is going to be a warning. That red dot with the shield, there is going to be Borco Street and Highway 74, which is where CHP has that closure currently at. That yellow above that is going to be, you know, up into B Canyon and all the way to Fairview. So that's that Val Vista area that we were talking about.
And it brought some more battery backups.
Also, another area that's under a warning right now is going to be Anza and Kauai, and that's going to be that most southern portion of the fire that's making its way out of Batista Canyon and south. So Anza, the 371, that area over to Kauai, that's going to be that most southern portion right now that's under a warning. And you know, these things can change in the middle of the night, so that's where you want to kind of go into those Rivco ready. Set up your alarm clock, you know, and also prepare. Get all your important documents that you need together, some pictures, jewelry, you know, and just be ready to go at a moment's notice.
So they're going towards state again. That's state right here.
It is making its way towards state just because of it looks like it's making its way towards state. And I think that's because of the way the hills are kind of set up. It's not exactly north and west facing hills, so it's kind of like a hillside that we're watching right now that's burning.
And right now, Sheila Diggs, we do not know what caused the fire yet. Edison did put out a notice saying that they started it with one, they're working on the lines, but when we talked to CAL FIRE, they said it was still under investigation.
And you know, that's one of those things that's going to take some time as well to see if there's a flex in that power that they're talking about, like a surge in the power. You know, they're talking about some weather had through the area as well, and that was the National Weather Service that was talking about that weather. So there's many factors that can play into what started the fire, and time we'll be able to. But, I'm sure at some point before the fire's through is when we'll know. Yeah, Teresa. So you have watch duty, like I said. It's kind of like a third-party application. You want to go straight to the source,
And it's not near San Jacinto High School, right?
No.
Right now, we don't know how fast the fire is moving because the wind keeps changing. We get different wind speeds, so it's kind of hard right now. We're getting like 40-mile-an-hour winds earlier. We're hoping that we'll be getting some rain in for the next few days. We are expecting more wind coming in, so that's all playing into the factor. Will it ever reach ends of Pine Mobile Homes? We don't know yet. Again, it all depends on the wind direction. And for those that are just logging in, we are going to try to stay live right here where we're at as much as we can. Is it close to Lake Street, Eddie?
They were talking about Lake Street, about just having it. I think it's a contingency street, is what they were saying. Don't quote me on that, but I'd have to look into it a little bit more.
What about Hemet High?
Hemet High is under. It's on the south side of. What's that street? Stetson? Right?
Stetson, yeah.
It's on the south side of Stetson. I don't believe that it's under a warning or anything like that right now.
And no, it's not by Saboba. And I'm going to go ahead. I know we got a lot of more viewers just logged in. I'm going to go ahead and do a repeat interview with the CAL FIRE. We have a pre-recorded one that we did about 30 minutes ago with CAL FIRE with that update.
And guys, just to kind of show you what's been going on all night. You see these cars just going back and forth down down Domagoni. These are the battalion chiefs. These are the division chiefs. They're the guys that are making the decision out here on the fire line. So, they have to get to and from the area without stopping. So they're using all their sirens, light sirens. But one of those things that's kind of contributing is all the people that are lined up down Stetson, down Domagoni, that are stopped at that light. That's why we're here, just trying to let you know about the road closures at State and Domagoni. You guys won't be able to go into those house areas.
And we just got a notice at Diamond Valley Lodge. Says the Hemet fire has turned and it's coming towards them. They are in need of manpower to help make barriers. If anybody's willing to come help, please do. Bring any tools you can and help. If you have any information or any questions, you can contact them at 714-501-7344. That's 714-501-7344.
So, once again, just want to kind of go over the wind. The fire is going to change in many directions. It's going to burn back onto itself. So that's why you'll see at times that it looks like it dies down, and then the wind will change the direction a little bit. And there's also different wind on the surface and up. The elevation will change. So, down here might be 5-mile-an-hour winds, and up in that area it might be 20-mile-an-hour winds. So it all just changes. It's all a dynamic wind change. It's, we can't exactly say it's a 15-mile-an-hour sustained wind. Also, with these storms coming in, that's pushing up from the south and out of the Pacific Ocean from the remnants of Hurricane K. You're going to get a lot of swirling winds just because of the rotation of that hurricane. Coming out of, like I said, coming out of the Pacific Ocean. That the wind's going to be changing for the next few days, along with the weather. You're going to see a lot of clouds. You're going to see more clouds. Is the rain going to help? Yes. Is the humidity going to help? Yes. But another factor that I've been kind of talking to Eddie with and the Hemet News team is, are we going to be prepared for those mudslides?
Yeah, that's going to be the problem.
So, after all this burns, there's no roots to hold the soil in. So once that water starts coming down, another thing we're going to have to be worried about is mudslides. So,
exactly.
The questions come across to a couple of the CAL FIRE, and they're kind of working on it as well, just looking at the weather that's coming in.
That's
So.
it. And I'm going to try, before we play this video, we had a question, they needing help at the Diamond Valley Lodge. They're needing help putting up barriers and stuff, so bring your shovels, they said. Okay, let's see here. Is this close to West Valley? Don't think so. Don't have any information on that. Let's talk 8th in Florida. 8th in Florida, you are considered Val Vista. You are going to be underneath the evacuations warnings. So if you have an elderly, I will go ahead and start preparing for the evacuation. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up the video with CAL FIRE. This was recorded about 30 minutes ago. So let me go ahead and cut my microphone off and pull up this video and let you listen to CAL FIRE. We are live here with CAL FIRE. So can you give us an update on what's happening over here?
So at this time, we did put a hard road closure in for Highway 74. That's from Mountain Center down. That's from Mountain Center down to Cranston Fire Station. If you take that route to go home to Ottawa, or you go to work from Ottawa, you're going to have to use alternate routes using the highways that are going through Anza or goes through Banning or the back way down to the desert. So unfortunately, that road's going to be closed probably for a few days. So plan ahead. You may have to leave a little earlier, but Highway 74 is going to be a hard road closure. That fire has hit Highway 74 already.
So that's what about is Val Vista area? Are they in danger? Some Central areas?
Yeah, we're getting
Hemet?
ready to push out some evacuation orders for the Val Vista area and some warnings. So people need to be ready for those alerts. Or you can find that information on rbcfire.org or at CAL FIRE ROU on Facebook and Twitter. They will have all those evacuation orders and warnings, especially for the new ones that are going to be coming out here probably in the next 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
Will they have enough time to get out? Okay, like we have a family, elderly people that are out in the trailer parks out there in Val Vista, and their family lives way out here. Will they have? They're on oxygen and stuff.
Right.
Enough time to get out.
Right. So those areas that we feel that we're going to turn into an order, those individuals need to leave immediately. If you have some type of where you can't mobilize very quickly, call 911. They will help you evacuate the area. Call some friends or neighbors and have them help you out. The people that are going to go into a warning, this is the time to get prepared. That's the time to call your family members if you need help to get out. That's the time to pack your medication, get your pets ready to leave those areas. It's critical that people adhere to the evacuation orders. We do not want to see any more life lost on this incident.
Right. So when the warning comes out, get ready and don't wait for the mandatory. Is
Correct.
basically
That's the time
what we're
to get
saying.
ready. Right.
Do we still have the road closure from evacuations from Stetson, not Stetson, Fairview going westbound, or is it past Fairview now? Is it pushed more farther east?
Those are still going to be in effect. Those road closures. Stetson is Fairview is probably going to become a hard road closure from the areas of Fairview and Stetson. But that's probably going to be a hard road closure.
Okay. And what about we do have a lot of people that's asking information about if they're being evacuated. They got family members that have COVID. Is there any place for the COVID people to go?
So that's actually a really good question. We do have an evacuation center set up. That evacuation center setup is at Topwitz High School. I would still evacuate. Go to that high school, make contact with the Red Cross there before you enter the building. They may detour you somewhere else. They may get you a hotel room right away so you're quarantined from everyone else. So don't let that be an issue of not evacuating.
Exactly.
Go ahead and evacuate. Contact the Red Cross at the Tockwitz High School in Hemet. And again, do not go in the facility. Make contact with them on the phone or have someone go in for you and make those arrangements.
Okay. And about how many acres are we looking at now?
We're approximately right around 10,000 acres.
Okay.
We just had our night flying aircraft in the air mapping the area, so we'll have a better updated acres here pretty soon, but we're kind of sticking right around 10,000.
Okay. And it's still at 5% containment,
5%
right?
containment.
Will
Okay.
you be doing an update in the morning too, like we had with the last?
Yeah.
So you guys can follow them on the CAL FIRE's Facebook page.
Correct. Our normal procedures is that we will give information out 7 in the morning and 7 in the evening. If something major happens, we will push out additional information during the day, especially when we see a high number growth of acres. We'll definitely push that out to make everyone aware of it.
And now I know we did get word that there is a lady up in the Sage area that has over 50 dogs, some farm animals, and people are wanting to try to get up there to help. Is there anybody allowed to go in and help with evacuations?
Well, the good thing about Riverside County is that they have those elements already put together. All you have to do is make that phone call. The Emergency Management Department works closely with Animal Control. They already have volunteers that are trained and already ready to go with their trailers. You just let them know what you need to be evacuated, and they'll get the address and they'll move those animals for you.
Okay. All right. Is there any other questions that we need to ask?
If people are being evacuated and they have RVs, do you have room here or where?
We did have some room here earlier, but as you can see, this camp is turning into what we call a base camp, and it's pretty much the firefighters' home. We will set up sleeping areas for the firefighters. Obviously, we have a kitchen, and we pretty much have everything to be self-sufficient. And that's another thing. We appreciate the donations, we appreciate the water and all that, but actually we do not need it. If you're going to want to do something, a nice sign out front of your house or along the street thanking the firefighters,
there you go.
That's the best way to do it. We just can't take those items here. So please don't go out and purchase some of that stuff. Please, a sign or a thank you on social media, that's all we want.
I'm glad you covered that, because a lot of people has been wanting to donate food, donate water and everything, but you guys has got the grants that are covering that, so you guys are well took care of.
Yeah.
Also, since you brought that up, the Tockwitz High School, they are also asking us, same thing, they've got so much, they have plenty. So basically, help feed the people that's out there, that's.
And we do appreciate it, and a lot of rules have changed since COVID. We can't accept a lot of those items anymore.
Right.
So please, a sign or something. But we are, as you can see, well taken care of here. We have supplies, we have food, so the firefighters are taken care of.
All right. Well, I definitely appreciate your information. And folks, if we did not answer your question, we will be communicating with CAL FIRE throughout the night. And we'll try to keep your questions answered as much as we can. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that was the information from CAL FIRE. We just now got an update that just came in 10 minutes ago. CAL FIRE evacuation update for Fairview Fire posted on CAL FIRE page at 9:07:22, approximately at 10:17 p.m. The following evacuation order: west of Wilson Way, south of Highway 74, east of Stetson. That is the actual evacuation right now for those areas. Warning for west of Fairview, north of Stetson, and east of Saboba Road, east of Fairview, north of Highway 74, and south of San Jacinto Riverbed, and east of Wilson Way. Again, that is west of Fairview, south of Highway 74, north of Stetson, east of Saboba Road, east of Fairview, north of Highway 74, and south of San Jacinto Riverbed, east on Wilson Avenue. And as far as the boiling water, If you live in the fire areas, right now some of the water tanks are having issues pumping water because of the electricity and everything out there. So they are advising everybody, if you live in the burn areas only, you have to boil your water for at least 5 minutes. That's for yourself and for your pets. That is put out by the Emergency Management Department, which is basically the emergency management agency here in California. And I'm trying to read the rest of the comments. What side of Hemet is this fire on? It's over on the east side. All right, I'm going to give this phone back to Tina, and then I'm going to bring the live stream over to Lori. She's got some updates she's going to tell y'all. All right, we're going to try to move from this location. I'm going to try to keep everybody live. What? Okay.
Diamond Valley Lodge is the place that has the tigers.
Oh, the tigers. The dinner with the tigers?
Yes, that's what somebody said. That's what Diamond Valley is the lodge.
Okay, the Diamond Valley people that need the help is the people with the tigers. Is it making its way back to the Diamond Valley Middle School? I don't think it is yet. Like, again, go to the Rivco website and follow that map because it's constantly changing.
Okay, so Domadoni is now closed at Sanderson. So they're closing down now. They're closing down State and Domadoni. Sanderson and Domadoni just got shut down.
All right, you guys just heard that. All right, I'm going to put this phone right here real quick, ladies and gentlemen. It probably might go black on you.
Okay, new update.
Hang on a sec. You guys can still hear Lori. I'm going to go get my tripod. She's going to give you guys another update.
I gotta wait for it to load up. Oh, wow. So now the acres burned are 19,377. 5% containment. Evacuation orders south of Stetson, north of Cactus Valley Road, west of Fairview Avenue, east of State Street. Did you hear me? The fire jumped. It's 19,000 acres.
19,000 acres?
Right there, 19,377.
It's still at 5%. Wow.
Okay, let me see if there's a new...
Make sure I can find the Wi-Fi unit before. Okay, it's right here.
Okay, did Eddie tell you guys evacuation warnings? So that means get everything ready because it could be a go anytime you guys leave. That's west of Fairview, south of Highway 74, north of Stetson, east of Saboba Street. And also east of Fairview, north of Highway 74, south of the San Jacinto Riverbed, and east of Milson Way. And then, okay, so a second shelter, I don't know if Eddie told you this, second shelter has been opened for those that are, the fires got them. It's at Temecula Community Recreation Center, which is over on, I don't know, you'll have to look it up. It's Temecula Community Recreation Center. That's the second shelter.
Cedar area.
Okay, so the aircraft that the PIO was telling us about, that they were up in the air while we were talking to him, it just got back, and the fire has been mapped at 19,377 acres by Intel aircraft, and that's the one that we saw up in the air.
Yeah, the CAL FIRE did tell us that they had a helicopter up mapping it right as we were talking with them. So that new update is up to 19,000 acres. It jumped that far.
Yeah, it was 10,000 when we were there, so that's jumped 9,000 acres since we saw the PIO.
Fairview and E Street.
Okay, guys. Okay.
Once again, there is a map.
Guys.
Eddie Neary just posted the evacuation map.
Okay. If you live west of Fairview, where are you at? E Street?
E Street.
So, if you're west of Fairview, okay, you gotta know your east and your west, guys. If you're west of Fairview, but you're south, that's towards the Beachway of 74, you gotta be gone.
So nothing on the north side of
And-
Florida Avenue is, you don't have to worry
let me
about.
finish now. No, that's not
Okay,
right.
hang
Let me
on.
get to the next one.
All right, here's
and then
another
here's
one.
another one east of Fairview, but north of Highway 74, south of San Francisco Riverbed. So you have to figure out where you live at, okay? So one of these two would be you. So you have to figure out if you're on the west side of Fairview or the east side, or if you're on the south side or north side of 74. Because I can't help you with that. You have to figure out, because you know where you live. So East Street, I think. East Street.
Josh Thornton just posted the evacuation map. Thank you, Josh.
East Street. I believe East Street, is on the south side of 74.
It is.
But I think you're on the east of Fairview. So you got to figure out where you are on this on the thing. But anyways, we're gonna leave you. We're gonna go. Or I don't know if he's gonna.
I'm gonna keep the live going for you guys. That way, you guys can stay with us. Yeah, we are ready to roll.
Yeah, we're ready to get here. I don't like being parked on this side street. We're on this busy street. So we'll show you right now. I hope you're on here because I tagged you. So I hope you're on here. There's your house. There's your hill, whatever. So that's Sweeney Farms right there where the orange lights are. The fire's right up above you. This is last time we can go on the street because they shut down Sanderson, Damagoni, and they shut down this.
Ronald, don't even know where Lake Riverside is, the state. So, like again, you have to look
Lake
at that
River,
map.
Lake, that's the one that Kevin was asking us about today. Okay, now all these people are probably trying to get home to their homes right now. I believe they just shut it in. Yep, everybody's all on the side street over here.
And if you're trying to get to Sage Road as well, you cannot get up Sage Road.
Channel News, what channel is that?
I don't know. I didn't see it. Your head was in the way.
Channel 5 or something.
All the TV stations are probably out here. If you're trying to get up Sage Road, CHP has that shut off as well. Any entrance towards that area is all going to be shut down. Like I say, the evacuation maps right now, folks, are put in the comments. I can't pull up any of them right now and look because I'm live streaming with my phone. So very important, you guys pull up those evacuation maps. Go sign up for Rivco, CAL FIRE on Facebook. They're putting out all that detailed information on Facebook right now. So the Watch Duty is another good app to watch. Tiny URL is also another good place to go. What about North Yale Street? North Yale Street, if you are, North Yale.
Okay, guys, you got to figure this out.
You
Maybe
got to
he
look
doesn't
at the
know
map.
his way.
I don't know the areas where you're at. You have to go look at the map, folks. The map is a very important tool for you guys right now. We just put out a new map. It's in the comments.
Okay, let me answer you. Okay, I'm driving, but let me answer you. South of Stetson Avenue, if you're on Yale, yes, you need to be gone. If you're south of Stetson Avenue.
Josh Thompson just posted the evacuation map. That is the most current evacuation map that CAL FIRE just put out. Yeah, Lake Street will probably end up getting evacuated. And it looks like we're going to probably head over towards the east Hemet area, Val Vista area, and see what we can show you guys over there.
Hey, you no California stop. You guys are cops. Okay, so Chambers and State there's no barricade yet.
Yet.
I'm sure it will be.
Okay, I'm sorry, Josh Thompson. That's on Action Eye News. So if you want to see those, okay, because we do have everybody on feed. Let me see if somebody can mess that map on Facebook. I will pull that map up and I'll throw it into a live stream. So if I can get somebody to send that to me on my Facebook feed that's following Facebook, I appreciate that, huh? I can add it in with the software that I'm using. Because we are live on YouTube and Facebook. What's the difference between an evac order and an evac warning? Evac warning is to go ahead and be prepared, get your shit together, and get ready to get out of hell out of Dodge. Evac order is it's time to go. Get out now.
And I would do that because if you don't,
Fairview and Cedar, again, you got to look at the map. The map will show you everything. It's on tiny URL. You can pull that up. Let me see if I can find the link and give that to you guys. It's tinyurl.com/Fairview Fire Map.
okay, so now these officers are all going to go. All of Stetson's going to be, you got to be evacuated if you're on the south side.
Saddleback Mobile Home Park. I'm trying to remember where that's at.
Guys.
Look at the map again.
Sorry, guys.
Like I say, folks, I don't have a map in front of me. I can't look them up for you guys.
I'm familiar with it. Andy, I can't think off the top of my head when I'm driving where that's at. But you just got to do. If I can think in my head, guys, come on. You guys got maps or whatever. You can figure it out. I don't mean to be rude. I'm just saying. Eddie's busy trying to read all these questions, and I'm busy trying to drive and concentrate on which way I can go.
All right, Josh Thompson, can you send me that link, please, or the screenshot of the evacuation map?
George is another one.
Brandon, there's a lot of people on YouTube that is not seeing his link because they're on YouTube instead of Facebook.
Go to watch live streams asking these questions too. I don't